Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 years of driving half around the world, may I welcome you all to our final African video. It's been one hell of a ride, driving through almost 50 countries so far, but after 2 years, our time to travel is almost at an end. Morning campers. We've probably got a little bit of explaining to do because right now, we're not in Africa. We are in fact back in Wigan, which is our hometown. I'm also married. And the truck is in pieces. So basically, if you've been watching this channel for a while, and some you might have done, you might not have done, we've just been traveling half around the world. So we first of all drove from the UK to Thailand, then we shipped to South Africa, and then we've driven, or as it stands right now, I have driven with Marie and the dogs from South Africa back to the UK. We had really good intentions for doing YouTube all the way back from Africa, but to be totally honest with you, as soon as we finished the last kind of episode, which is a Congo, things started to go from like a bit wild and crazy and this is amazing to just genuinely quite tough. We started dealing with quite a lot of harassment and threats of X, Y, and Z and extortion and all these kind of things. Don't need to bore you. So it kind of petered out a little bit. We do have some clips to share with you in a second, but I'll just explain to you what's going on right now, which is basically we are kickstarting, or in fact, we're already well on with our next project. So, behind the camera right now is not Marie, it's not me, it's Jordan, and Jordan is a full-time videographer that's going to be working with us on the build. We're in a cutting-edge research and development unit here in Wigan with only the highest grade strategic organisation, filing, cabinetry, tooling, and we're not, it's a bit of a dump, but it doesn't matter. So this episode basically is a quick me talking to camera, a bit of nonsense, explaining to you that or basically linking the Africa content to what's happening next. So a quick sit rep. We're in Wigan, we've rented a unit, we're rebuilding and repairing this truck because we're going to raffle this baby off. That's right, our existing world globe-trotting truck that hasn't broken a single thing in 2 years, half around the world, is going to get raffled off very shortly. We're just doing a bit of maintenance on it, ready to get it gone. The 8x8, so we've got an 8-wheel drive MAN truck that is with a bodybuilder. They're having that back to us with a box on the back and windows fitted in, as it stands right now, 3 weeks, which is the 1st of December, and then we're giving ourselves 8 weeks to have it fully converted. So coming soon is going to be kicking off the build series, but right now we're going to finish off this particular episode with some of our final highlights and lowlights from the rest of our trip from Africa, where we went up and followed the west coast round to Togo, to Senegal, and then sort of round. I can't actually remember all the countries, how shameful. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you on the next episode where things are going to get pretty wild pretty quickly. Cheers, guys. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Wasn't that the words from Eminem? Anyway, I'm sure Eminem will be having a better time than getting fuel than what we are, because not only is it absolutely thrashing it down, but we've been to a lot of fuel stations again, and we can't get fuel again. And we're in, where are we in? Congo. What did he say?
Monday.
Monday they're getting fuel. Oh. We stay in some weird spots, but this is definitely up there. It's well, we don't know what it is. It's sort of an abandoned village. There's the an airport here, and we think that's like the president's private one because he lives in like the next sort of town overwards. So this might be some sort of abandoned project. I don't know, weird place. But anyway, basically we've read that the next town is basically halfway between the upper city and Brazzaville, the lower city in the country. So hopefully, smack bang in the middle, we can get some fuel. If we can't get fuel here, we don't have any more range to go anywhere. So we have to wait. Now today's Sunday, and everyone we spoke to, maybe the last 3 or 4 garages, they've said they're getting fuel Monday. So if we can't get it now, we're literally just gonna turn the truck off, park outside the forecourt, and then that's us for 24 hours. So hopefully not. Hopefully we can get fuel and carry on, but let's see. No way, he's letting us have some fuel. If we can get 100 litres in, that'll get us to the next town and we've sorted. Tomorrow's Monday, that's when everyone's expecting fuel, so well, let's see how much we can put in. We'll just be cheeky. Okay. Give an inch, take a mile. Go.
Those Africans, huh? That's so good.
We just lingered there, right, and we were trying to work out how much range we got, stuff like that, and then he just goes like, hey, come on, I'll get you a bit of do 25 litres. And I just said to me, go on, ask him for 50. So he like, you know, I was like, go on, tell him we'll tip him. And then I was like, go on, a bit more, go on, 50. So eventually we got 100 litres and we tipped in 10,000. How much is that?
15 euros.
How much? 15 euro we paid for the 100 litres. And to be honest, good deal.
It's alright, he was a good guy.
He was like, yeah, he was a good guy, and like he let us in, and so, but there we go, welcome to Africa. You know what I mean? They're just, honestly, money talks. Right, come on Marie, let's get out of here. We are literally on the edge of the something or other national park here in the Congo, and we've come down a track for half a mile. Now we're not in the national park, we're on the edge of said national park, so I'm not breaking any rules by staying here, but we are going to go and have a bit of a nose around. Apparently there are elephants, gorillas, leopards and other things in the national park and the surrounding areas as well, so we're going to go and have a nose around. This might be our like last episode because the elephant scares. So let's keep the dog back. Right, come on. Shh. Mary's just found some fresh poo, so we know they're here. They're in the vicinity. How do you attract an elephant? All you can hear is dogs. Sounds beautiful though, doesn't it?
Sounds?
Because we keep hearing like different animals and definitely monkeys and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there is stuff for sure.
Oh no! Oh man! Oh no! Right, so as per usual, we are looking for immigration because it's never straightforward. Could be some of these, but we can't. We normally just get flagged down, or we just expect to be sort of told we've missed it and shouted at. So which, I don't know. It's not straightforward in Africa. So.
Yep.
Ah, jeez. Right, let's get past this guy. He's not happy driving at the minute, is he?
Bonjour. Je suis désolée, j'ai pas demandé. Merci.
Good. So it looks to be good news for us because all the police checkpoints and whatever, they just abandon them. They open them all up and then go and sit in the shelters, so it's good, making better progress. Right, Marie, what have you got this time? Talk to me, talk to me.
Sandwich avec la viande.
Whoa, beef sandwich?
Ouais.
Oh, banging. Right, here we are.
It's really good.
Oh, really? Wicked.
Not so much beef on this one, but...
2 veg, pretty banging. Question is, Marie, how soon before we start to ourselves?
2 minutes.
Oh, a load of puppies. Got a puppy on her head. Well, this is it. This is the Togolese beachside. Oh, hey! This is pretty cool, actually. This is pretty cool. Come on. Uh-oh, looks like soft sand. Oh, sugar. I think we'll just call it a day sooner rather than later. Yeah. So just been stopped at a checkpoint here, and this is what it looks like. It's just bits of wood with nails poked out. We're good? Dope. They all seem pretty friendly. They always ask for a bit of money, but there we go. Oh, Africa. It continually pushed us, and to be honest, it was one of the reasons why the YouTube filming kind of subsided. We were in a bit of a rush to get back to England for July, just because we had our book to launch, which meant that as opposed to going through perhaps 1 or 2 checkpoints a day, because we were trying to get our foot down and really put down the miles per day, we were not doing 1 or 2 checkpoints. We were doing upwards of 10 checkpoints a day, which did get a bit tiring. Yeah, c'est gentil. Merci, Mr. Bourton. Yeah. We'll see you again. Yeah. You know, some were really friendly, and others, in fact, probably the majority, were sniffing out a way to get a bribe, to extort us. Let me bloody ice cream out. I didn't want to be eating that as we turned up because they're just like, oh, give us ice cream. So, yeah, anyway. So far, we've been to 30. Yeah, we need the sticker. Yeah. I need the Cameroon sticker. I want it on here. Yeah, we want. So, yeah, it's good. But, good? What do you want?
Some money.
No, man, no.
Money. Have a dog?
No. Can I have my document? Yeah. Can I have my document?
Give me some money.
Nah, we don't need no money. We don't have money. And it just got tough, and that's why we decided to stop filming and turn the cameras off, because we didn't want to paint a really overly negative picture of this beautiful continent that we were received really well at. Just certain points really tested us. That is massive. It's like having a horse on a motorbike with 2 men. Oh my god. That is a cow with horns that bleats as opposed to moos. Oh my god. Checking that's his motorbike or a taxi as well. Like, imagine trying to convince a taxi man being like, yeah, just fling him on the bike, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Bonjour. Ouais, c'est combien les avocats?
On va en terminer.
Ça c'est 1500? Et toi c'est 2000?
Merci ma soeur.
Ouais. J'ai plus de sous, voilà, je suis au sec. Ouais, merci.
Merci aussi ma soeur.
Dans la bagnole. Tiens. Merci. Merci, hein. J'en ai partout dans les dents. Merci, bah j'ai plus de sous.
Oui.
On va à Douala.
À Douala.
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 Il y a quoi là-bas?
Et non, ensuite on va à Buéa et on prend le...
Ah,
Ah bon, on a rien, regarde, on a carrément fini la bouteille, il n'y a que ça. C'est fini. Allez, merci. Bonne journée.
You want?
Quelque chose? Mais nous aussi, on n'a plus rien, regarde. Tu veux ça?
So yeah, again, they're asking for money.
Non, non, allez. On va aller, mais.
It's not dollar. It's from India.
Allez, salut. Merci.
Joe. No, mate. So once again, asking us for money for no reason. They just pulled us over, just asking for money. So in this particular stop, we needed to get some cash out so we could get some fuel. And immediately, as Marie disappeared off, this guy came out claiming to be a customs officer or police officer of some description. The only legit bit of authority that he had was a walkie-talkie that he was trying to persuade us that he was a legitimate officer. So after probably 2 minutes of negotiations where I refused to hand over any documents before the camera started rolling, I eventually subsided or gave into that. His mate then came over wearing, again, what looked like a knockoff hat and another walkie-talkie because there was no security checkpoints, there was no buildings nearby. And their main gripe that they tried to pull us on after a few attempted, you know, you've not got the right driving license, you've not got the right paperwork, is you're parked illegally. I'm trying to explain here, everyone else is just parked in the same strip. We pulled over here for 30 seconds to go and get cash. Why are you singling us up? You can see behind and over his shoulder, there's hundreds of bikes and cars. And yet they were just trying to get some money out of us, you know, because we're the big foreigner driving the big truck. And, you know, we do understand that. We do understand we attract some attention. But the way these guys just attack us blatantly just gets a bit tiring. And then we got stuck into another predicament, which was the Cameroon escort to the border, which lasted a chaotic 16-hour drive at racing speed. And that was another toughie. Situation. And the reason it's happening, from what I find out, is that they're at war with Nigeria because there's a territorial dispute or border dispute. So yeah, it's a bit mental. Yeah, this is just crazy. This. Just a light observation. A lot of the buildings have bullet scars in, bullet wounds. They're all shot. I didn't realise it was quite like this here. So it's difficult to understand exactly what procedures need to be followed when you're overlanding because the information is not readily available. But within 48 hours of approaching the Nigerian border when we were still in Cameroon, we got word that we needed a police escort that was just unbelievably tough to negotiate and to find out when and where it was. We wasted 48 hours trying to find a particular person. We spoke to another overlander who'd been through the area 1 year before and had a police colonel's WhatsApp number. So we actually WhatsApped the police colonel. He said, oh, there's no escorts for 3 more days. And then at 6 a.m. one morning, we got a random message to say, in 45 minutes, we've got an escort going. Come if you're ready to go. So I think that was put on as a bit of spur in the moment because in front of us here you can see there's a VIP gentleman that actually headed to one of the sort of outposts that was near the border. And the reason for these escorts, from what we understood, was over the last few years, this particular area, which has been the border between Cameroon and Nigeria, has been full of bandits, shall we say. So for any, not just foreigners, but for any transport of medical supplies, army supplies, basically of anything, any importance, you had to get a escort through the area. And rather alarmingly is all but none of our escort vehicles had bullet holes in. So you'll see assorted vehicles have holes in the windscreen, in the side, and we felt for the 16 hours that we were getting escorted, we felt pretty vulnerable that we were sat 4 meters high in the sky, well above any of the other vehicles, all of whom had bulletproof windows and side panels, and we were just 2 foreigners in basically what was a glass bowl. And at one point, as can be seen here, we followed a proper jackal or sort of British jackal kind of vehicle that is ready for IEDs and had 12 armed personnel inside. So it was a bit of a tough period, but you know, we got through it, and we do appreciate the security that Cameroon put on for us, as they were for all the locals. Which is where I think we're sleeping tonight. I think they're going to drop us here and say sleep here. Right, so looks like we're off again. Not sure how many breaks. Oh, look at that. Jesus, that's intimidating. Hello. Serious looking fellas, aren't they? Properly serious. These are not these are not Toy Town soldiers, these are proper. I'm actually deciding, just because it's so like, looks so volatile here, I'm actually going to put some trainers on, just in case something does kick off. I don't want to be flapping around in flip-flops, so I'm going to try and find me Solomons, stick those on, because they're good trainers, just in case like I need to go for a bit of a run. I don't want to be running in flip-flops. I'm sure it's fine, but better to be safe than sorry, right? So I don't put it lightly when I say I changed my shoes, because I was genuinely petrified that something would actually kick off. And it was compounded when we kept going to these military outposts that were in the middle of the bandit area. And because the escort was so long, over such a long period, we'd only get escorted for 1 or 2 hours at a time before we got handed over to another patrol. But in this particular case, we went to a military headquarters and went right inside their camp, where every single guy in there was armed to the teeth, expecting trouble. And that was quite an intimidating experience, let me tell you. Very good, thank you.
You have 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Cool.
Break.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
After you can continue exploration.
Perfect. We take a drink.
All right.
Thank you.
You can go and sit.
It's okay. We stay in here, yeah. But what has to be said is, you know, all the guys, almost without exception here through the military, were big, friendly, smiley, happy guys that, you know, made us feel really comfortable and answered any questions we had around, you know, when was the last time there was issues, when was the last time they were attacked. So they did put us at ease quite a lot, but they were very short with us at certain times when they felt like the pressure was on. So, and again, we didn't actually pay for this escort. This is what they just put on for everybody passing through the area, just to make sure there's no issues. And when we asked the colonel himself, he said it's far cheaper for Cameroon as a nation to put these escorts on, as opposed to mounting search and rescue missions, which they had to do towards the start of the conflict in the area. You okay? Yeah, you sure? Yeah, and it's something to be said that, you know, not only I, as a strong and fit male, was concerned about things, but I was also concerned about Marie and how it was inflicting on Marie's mental health, because she was suffering. It was a pretty tough time, but we're glad we're back to Blighty. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that episode, and that concludes our original travel documentary footage. Next up, we get stuck into the 8x8 build, and let me tell you, this is gonna be fun.